اليوم عندنا في الإمارات أو في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة 7 جوائز تميز، نبدأها يمكن جائزة سيد الشيخ خليفة رئيس الدولة، جائزة الشيخ محمد، وجائزة دبي الأداء الحكومي المتميز، وجائزة أبو ظبي الأداء الحكومي المتميز، جائزة عثمان، جائزة رأس الخيمة. الكثير من الجوائز موجودة في دبي. يمكن الGBN Global Benchmarking Network في آخر إصدار لهم وضحوا من خلال دراسة أن هناك 86 دولة في العالم فيها جوائز تميز. 86 دولة في العالم فيها جوائز تميز. طبعا شفنا هالشيء احنا في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، وقررنا احنا نطبق هذا الشيء. خذنا بعض الأفكار من مثلا شركة جوجل. شركة جوجل كان عندهم التطبيق إجباري، واحنا في الإمارات في الدوائر الحكومية المشاركة في هذا البرنامج قارنا مع المؤسسات العالمية، والمشاركة في جائزة الجودة مشاركة إجبارية. في نفس الوقت الهدف كان واضح، وكان في دعم كبير من القيادة. يمكن أنا أقدر أعطي مثال بسيط جدا على آخر جائزة، الحفل لآخر جائزة اللي هي جائزة الشيخ خليفة على المستوى الاتحادي. في معظم دول العالم لو تسأل عن أكثر المؤسسات اللي هي مش ناجحة أو ما فيها تميز، راح يقولون لك الشرطة. الشرطة عندنا احنا فازت بأفضل جائزة على المستوى الاتحادي بفضل دعم سيدي صاحب السمو الشيخ سيف بن زايد، وفي نفس الوقت في دبي فازوا شرطة دبي أفضل أداء متميز. التطبيق كان إجباري وما كان اختياري. في نفس الوقت كان في تهيئة للتطبيق، كان في وقت، كان في إعلان عن تأسيس المؤسسة المتميزة، كان في برامج تدريبية، كان في مؤتمرات مثل هذا المؤتمر وغيره في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. وطبعا التطبيق خذ وقت، وفي نفس الوقت كانت في قنوات اتصال مفتوحة بين المسؤولين وبين بين مدراء التمييز. يمكن في النهاية أحب أعرض فيديو. هذا الفيديو راح يشرح لنا كيف قدرت شركة كيت في اليابان أنها تتعلم من خلال الموظفين اللي فيها، ومن خلال أنها شافت أفضل الممارسات العالمية، وقدرت أنها تبدع وتحقق أرباح فوق المتوقع.
And nowhere is the pressure to surely win felt more than in the schools. Every spring, friends and family send good luck messages to students as they embark on their entrance exams. And in a place like Japan, handwritten notes are especially cherished. We wonder, what if we could inspire the entire country to send students Kit Kat bars to say, Kitokatsu, you'll surely win on your exams. To do that, we turn to the largest institution in Japan, a place with over 20,000 locations, a place people visit every week. The post office. between the government, Japan Post, and private brand, we introduced Kit Kat Mail, a Kit Kat you can buy at the post office, write a message on, and mail to your friends. Kit Kat Mail was deployed in 22,000 post offices overnight, without a competitor in sight. Japan Post even allowed us to take over entire locations with branding and point of sale throughout the stores. The effort has been an unprecedented success. Generating over $11 million worth of free publicity. Kit Kat Mail is now a permanent product in Japan Post offices. And even though exam season is past, hundreds of thousands of people are still sending Kit Kat Mail to wish each other good luck for any occasion. What was once just another chocolate bar is now synonymous with good fortune. And in Japan, that's a very good omen indeed.
طبعا شفنا كيف قدرت شركة الافكار من التعلم من المؤسسات من خلال افكار ابداعيه ومن خلال التعلم من خلال المؤسسه ان تحقق ارباح كبيره. يمكن يكون هذا طبعا هذا نهايه عرضي. في النهايه يمكن احب اختم بنوت بسيط. من 3 أيام كنت انا في اتراس مؤتمر في دوله قطر. في 2 ديسمبر اللي هو اليوم الوطني الحبيب لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. أذكر في 2 ديسمبر يوم طلعت على الستيج وخلصت المؤتمر وخلصت المحاضرة قلت لهم أتمنى الليلة أحتفل معاكم يا القطريين باستضافة كأس العالم. وفي نفس الوقت أقول لكم اليوم أنا أتمنى أحتفل معاكم إن شاء الله يا أهل الكويت بالفوز بكأس العالم. شكرا جزيلا وأحب آخذ أي أسئلة إن شاء الله بعد المحاضرة. شكرا.
Yes, I think that there might be an important game tomorrow in that respect. We'll have to see how attendance holds up towards the end of the day. Okay, right, and I'd like to now move on to our third speaker, Duha Ramadan from Kuwait University, who is going to speak about corporate social responsibility. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Duha Ramadan. I'm a student at Kuwait University and I'm currently majoring in industrial engineering. And I've had the honor to be one of the students of Dr. Tara, and I would just like to thank him for his continuous guidance and support. Today I'll be talking to you about benchmarking in corporate social responsibility. I'll first begin by defining corporate social responsibility, which is abbreviated as CSR. Then we'll see some common CSR approaches and applications. I will then discuss the importance of CSR and how it is linked to the triple bottom line. Then we'll look into some examples of companies that have successfully implemented CSR strategies. Finally, I will talk to you about benchmarking and CSR, and I'll conclude this presentation with a summary of the major points discussed here today. Defining corporate social responsibility. There is no single definition for corporate social responsibility, but it is accepted to be a process that integrates ethical responsibility and community contribution into a corporation's everyday business practices. It is a commitment made by a corporation to improve the community welfare through 1, voluntary business practices, and 2, contributions through the corporation's various resources. Corporate social responsibility is also known as corporate citizenship, corporate community engagement, corporate social performance, and sustainable responsible business. One of the key aspects of corporate social responsibility is corporations have to accept responsibility for the impact of their activities on various stakeholders. Now, a stakeholder is not just limited to the shareholders or the investors of a company. A stakeholder is defined to be a person or a group of people or any aspect that affects or are affected by the company's goals. As a result, corporation has to take into consideration its shareholders, employees, communities, consumers, and even the environment. The Benchmark Foundation is an independent organization that is set up to promote ethical and socially responsible business practices and has defined corporate social responsibility to be an alliance between profitable companies and healthy communities. This definition states that profitable companies and healthy communities are strongly linked because what happens to societies happens to business. There are various approaches to corporate social responsibility, and each industry and organization will have its own unique position or stand towards implementing CSR. However, there are some general approaches that can be implemented by industries worldwide. These include community-based development. Such examples would be setting up learning centers to educate the locals of developing countries, or establishing awareness programs to spread awareness on HIV/AIDS and its prevention, or even creating training programs to develop the skills of adults. Other examples include philanthropy, such as making donations to charities or setting up charitable foundations, environment contribution, including recycling or eliminating the use of harmful chemicals, and that's particularly relevant to chemical industries, and human rights efforts, like standing for certain voting privileges or standing against discrimination. Corporate social responsibility is strongly linked to the triple bottom line. The triple bottom line states that a company's success is not merely measured through its financial performance. To properly and fully measure a company's success, you have to look into three different aspects or dimensions, which are profit, people, and planet. When measuring the success of a company, you ask yourself, what economic impact has the organization have on its economic environment? Such examples include the creation of job opportunities or sources of income. When looking at people, you look into fair and beneficial business practices, such as good labor relations and good safety conditions and working conditions for the employees. Finally, you have planet, which is on sustainable environmental practices, such as reducing manufacturing waste. When integrating corporate social responsibility policies into a corporation's everyday business practices, it enables a corporation to achieve success across its broad spectrum of values. A very interesting article published by the Harvard Business Review titled Strategy and Society, the link between competitive advantage and corporate social responsibility, discusses the strong link between healthy communities and successful corporations. First of all, there are four prevailing justifications or reasons behind which companies should consider adopting corporate social responsibility. The first being moral obligation, which is honoring ethical values. That is to say, a company has a moral obligation to do the right thing. Next, sustainability. If a company wishes to operate in the long term, then it should consider implementing CSR policies in order to meet the needs of the present without compromising future needs. Third, the license to operate. Having CSR policies into a corporation will secure the permission of government and stakeholders. And finally, reputation. Implementing corporate social responsibility strategies will enhance the reputation and brand of a company, not only with its customers, but also with investors and employees. As I previously stated, there is a strong link between successful corporations and a healthy society. That is, successful corporations need healthy societies and vice versa. A successful corporation needs a healthy society that provides it with a healthy, educated workforce, sustainable resources, and even a good environment so that it can compete effectively. Whereas a healthy society needs profitable businesses so that it can create income, wealth, tax revenues, and opportunities that are necessary for the society to thrive. As a result, corporations should focus on creating shared value. That is to say, decisions and policies that are implemented by a corporation have to benefit both the business and the society. A company should add a social dimension to its value proposition, or the set of needs it aims to fulfill for customers. It should specify clear, measurable goals and track results over time. For example, when a company decides to donate money for schools, it shouldn't just donate it and leave it as that. It should track the results and see how such donations have improved the performance of the schools. It should identify a particular set of social problems. Because there are so many social problems that a